Today, on this gloriously sunny day, I am making some ricotta cakes. That's what I call them. These like little ricotta pies or cakes. Anyway, I'm going to show you so you'll understand exactly what I mean. And I think we forget about how fabulous dairy food is as a calcium source. And I know I'm probably like you, I eat quite a bit of fermented dairy food. I eat yogurt and kefir every day, and that's fabulous for my gut, and it's a great source of calcium. But today I was just going to focus on ricotta because ricotta is a lovely, really lovely dairy food, and I think it often gets forgotten. And so ricotta is great for kind of putting things with. And so, because ricotta itself is a very mild flavour, and I thought you'd enjoy this and seeing this recipe video. And don't forget, I've got a ton of recipe videos on YouTube and some on Instagram, and I've got loads of recipes on my website, including blog posts about nutrients like magnesium and fish oils and things like that. So please do use all the resources that are out there to do with me, and also give me some feedback and tell me what you think, or even better, tell me what you'd like to see a video of next and things like that. Now let's get back to the ricotta cakes. So here we go. I have 500 grams of ricotta. It's just regular normal ricotta, and you can use either regular fat or low fat. That's your preference. I've got regular cow's milk ricotta here, which is 4% fat therefore, and so I'm popping that in a bowl. And I am going to add a couple of eggs. The eggs are kind of what help bind it into like this cake kind of firmness, if you can call it that. And of course it adds more protein in here. So we've just literally got 500 grams of ricotta here and 2 fairly large eggs, which I'm just going to mix together. It doesn't have to be really fabulously thoroughly mixed, but it's good enough. So high calcium, high protein. And then I'm going to add some polyphenols into this, and the polyphenols are great for your body. We love it, your mind loves them, but your gut microbes love polyphenols. So I'm always nudging in something in here that your gut microbes are also going to love as well as your body. And of course, this is still very bland, and so you do need to add something in. And actually, I'm going to show you a sweet version. So I'm just going to take maybe a third of this mixture out. There we go, and I'll just show you later what I do with that. All right, so going back to the main dish here, I've got a stack of herbs from my garden. I mean, I'm really lucky, the herbs are growing really well at this time of year. Hopefully you've got some maybe on your windowsill, your balcony, or you can just go and buy some. I just literally picked what I could find. No particular reason. I do find those in these ricotta cakes that the chives work really well. So I'm going to use chives. And then what else did I have? I really like the thyme. Thyme is just a fabulous antimicrobial herb in the body. So I'm just going to, actually I'll put this straight in. Got thyme going everywhere. Let's put some thyme in. Here we go. And I just like its background flavour, and it goes well. All these herbs, I think just garden herbs generally go really well together. They all have a benefit in your gut, and they have the polyphenols in, like I mentioned, which your body and your gut microbes adore. All right, there we go. That's some thyme. I've got some chives. I've got some marjoram here actually, which I think I'll chop up, and a bit of parsley. So I'm really on a roll here with herbs, but you can put a lot of flavour into this dish because the ricotta is very forgiving. It can take any flavour you fancy. Sometimes I put chilli in, sometimes I put in maybe some dried tomatoes. So far, this dish is low histamine. If I added tomatoes or something, it wouldn't be, but you can add like sun-dried tomatoes. It would be fabulous in this, or some sun-dried tomatoes and basil, some bit of fresh basil, or you could put some dry spices in. You could put some cumin in and dried oregano. That would work beautifully. All right, let's just get this chopped up. Oop, everything's rattling now. Here we go. So there we are. So there are some fresh herbs just going in. There we are. And the essential oils coming off these fresh herbs. Have I got herbs all over my face now anyway? The essential oil smells coming off these herbs are divine. So just imagine that you can smell it right now. The other thing I'm going to pop in is a bit of humble salt and pepper. This is up to you how much you put in. I think I'm putting a really big pinch into this. And then I'm going to put a lot of ground black pepper. But if you have high blood pressure or something and don't want salt, you can absolutely put maybe a bit of lemon zest in. That would be beautiful as well, really nice in here. And then I'm actually adding a little bit more protein to this because I quite like a teensy bit of crunch in my ricotta cakes. So today I'm adding pistachios because I've got the tail end of a packet of pistachios and I thought these would go beautifully in here. So I'm adding about a tablespoon of pistachios. I mean, you could chop them up if you wanted to. I just didn't. So there are these lovely herby pistachio ricotta cakes. Now, what do you do with them next? You can put them into any container you like because you're going to bake them. What I'm doing today is putting them into some of these little muffin cake papers, and only because I'm actually heading on a picnic tomorrow with some friends and I just thought they'd be really, really ideal. So I'm going to put them in there and let's just see. So in this size of muffin paper, it's probably a heaped tablespoon that you need. I'll put on the recipe for you though, roughly what sort of size, how many they make in what size container, and give you some cooking times depending on the size of the container. Because I've made these, you'll see in a minute, I've made these in all different sizes and it works beautifully. You just adjust your cooking time. The smell is still coming off these and they are just fantastic. There we go. And you'll see in a second as well why they're so fabulous for a picnic. All right, pop those out the way, pop them on a tray, and they can go and be baked in the oven. I might just put some extra pistachios on top, make it a bit prettier. Hang on, let me just do that. Just crush them up a bit or cut them up. There we go. Here we are. A few pistachios on top. And I'm going to go and bake those at 180 degrees centigrade until they're cooked through, and they work like a cake actually. You just pop a cake skewer in, and if the cake skewer comes out clean, then they're baked, they're cooked. These would probably take, that sort of size will probably take about 15-20 minutes at 180 degrees centigrade. But let me show you what I have prepared earlier, and I'll show you how they come out. Here we go. Let's have a look. I did a few different sizes to test them out. I did some baby little nibbly sized ones that I baked these for 10 minutes, and you'll see how they are. Let me just get some of them out and I'll just show you what they look like. Oh, come on. Oh, there we go. Let's just get one of these out and I'll just show you. Do you see what happens when they're cooked? Oh, I've got a bit of a, I think that's the end of a timepiece there. They go firm. Actually, I'll get a larger one and show you and cut it open so you can see. Here we go. So I also made a ricotta cake in this larger size muffin. These are giant muffin containers. And so let's just get that out. There we go. And I'll show you. I'll cut it open actually, and I'll show you what these, now I put some dried chili on top of this one. It's still those fresh herbs, but I did some dried chili. Here we go. There we go. Do you see how it is? That's it. Those are the herb and pistachio ricotta cakes. And then this is what the little baby ones look like. No, not so baby. The ones I'm actually just about to bake. This is what how they came out. And I'll just open this up so you can see as well. Here we are. How they cooked up. So they cook up firm, not solid. They're still a teeny bit crumbly, but they cook up really firm in the oven. And I think they're fantastic. Can you see how that would be absolutely ideal on a picnic? I think you're going to love these. But before you go, Don't forget, by the way, if you're watching this on YouTube, please don't forget to click like of the video, but even more so, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, because that way you're going to be the first to know about any videos that I get released. So they go on YouTube first, and that's the easiest and best place to see them. Before I go, I'm just going to quickly show you a sweet version of these. What I might do if I wanted to make some little sweet ricotta cakes is, well, you can add anything that's sweet, but what I'm going to do here today is I've got some dried figs, and I'm just going to chop them up and put them into, here we go, put them into that base ricotta and egg mixture. That's the mixture before I added the herbs and the salt and pepper. And then I'm going to add a bit more. Now you could use any dried food you like. I think cranberries are quite fun in these as well. In fact, at Christmas time I often make these ricotta cakes, and I pop in kind of Christmassy spices and flavours, and I put cranberries in for the kind of the red Christmassy colour. But I'm going to make these fig and orange ricotta cakes. So I'm popping in some orange zest. It's up to you how much orange zest you want and how strong you want the orangey flavour. I want a lot of orangey flavour in this. So this is one large orange, and it's not much actually ricotta mixture, so I'm probably going to do about half an orange zested up. There we go. And so what you do is just mix that up a bit, and it's the same idea. You could add a bit of vanilla to this. If you've got a little bit of a sweet tooth and you think this isn't going to be sweet enough for you, you could add a little bit of, sort of just stir through some honey. But it's the same as the lovely little herby ones, same principle. So I've got dried fig and orange zest in here, and I'm going to bake these the same amount of time, which with this size will be about 15 to 20 minutes in an oven at 180 degrees centigrade. Oh yum. And the orange zest is coming through now. So have a look on my social media. I'll show you some photos of how these baked up.